Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back, as always, to the Thai Expat Daily Show. I'm your host, Kieran Mack, and delighted that you've been able to tune in with us yet again for another show. Now, before we do get started, don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell so that YouTube will let you know when the next show or live stream is available on the platform. Now, if you like listening to us on a podcast player, link down below in the description, which will take you to a website where a vast array of podcast players hosting the show can be found. I think there's something like 21 or 22 now. And finally, if you like the show, if you want to support us here at the Thai Expat Daily Show, simple way, best way is to become a channel member. Details again down below in the description, but really it's as simple as hitting join. But now that's all done and dusted, let's jump into the top trending stories here in Thailand today. And let's start off with some entertainment news here in Thailand. The 7th International Thai Film Festival, or ITFF 2024, is set for next month, October. ITFF is the only internationally registered and recognized film event here in Thailand, receiving entries from over 85 different countries annually. It draws filmmakers, industry professionals, and movie enthusiasts from all corners of the globe. Now, this year's highlights include screenings of 28 carefully selected films from 18 different countries, all showcasing meaningful stories and expert craftsmanship. There will also be movie talks featuring industry professionals, Q&A sessions, and the prestigious ITFF Awards. The festival promises a colourful, exciting and insightful programme for all attendees. Mark your calendars for the weekend of October 5th and 6th at the Alliance Française, Bangkok. I believe this is going to be an amazing event, which is why I will be there. And if you want more details, there are lots of links about ticketing and other information down below in the description of this video. Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra today presented 10 key policies for immediate implementation in our government's first formal address to a joint session of Parliament. She highlighted 9 pressing challenges facing Thailand and outlined her Pheu Thai-led government's mid- and long-term goals, which she aims to achieve before the next general election, which is in 3 years. Expressing confidence in her administration, she assured Parliament that her government would bring hope, opportunity, and greater social and economic equality to the country. Among the 10 policies for immediate action are comprehensive debt restructuring, lower energy and utility costs, formalizing informal businesses and the underground economy, boosting the economy through the Digital Wallet Initiative, adding value to farm products to raise farmers' incomes, promoting tourism, cracking down on crime and drug trafficking, increasing support for SMEs, and enhancing social welfare systems. In terms of long-term goals, the Prime Minister emphasized enhancing Thailand's competitiveness on the global stage and laying the groundwork for sustainable development. These initiatives include promoting local wisdom and creative industries to build soft power, supporting emerging industries, expanding green, digital, care, and wellness sectors, transitioning the domestic automotive industry to electric vehicles, and rolling out major infrastructure projects and advancing gender equality. She further stressed that the government is committed to protecting the environment and ensuring the sustainable use of natural resources as it drives both social and economic progress. On political reforms, the Prime Minister announced plans to expedite the drafting of a new, more democratic constitution that upholds the rule of law and ensures transparency. She also confirmed her government's intent to pursue reforms in both the bureaucratic and military sectors. Regarding the monarchy, she pledged to raise public awareness of the royal family's contributions and projects, highlighting their role in Thai democracy. Following her hour-long address, Parliament opened the floor for debate, with MPs, senators, and cabinet ministers scheduled to discuss the policies for a total of 29 hours. Heavy rainfall in northern Thailand has led to severe flooding and landslides, resulting in the deaths of 6 people and injuries to 4 others. In Chiang Mai's Mae district, 2 landslides struck Doi Lem on Tuesday, killing 6 individuals and injuring 3. Residents in nearby areas have been placed on high alert for potential flash floods and runoff. Meanwhile, Chiang Rai's Mae Sai district has been hit particularly hard with heavy flooding in Mae Sai, Wiang Pang Kam, and Ko Chang. The floodwaters reached about 1 metre in depth, have been flowing with considerable force. Now, residents near the overflowing Sai River in Mae Sai have been advised to prepare for possible evacuation. In Tam Luang Kun Nam Nang National Park, also in Mae Sai, floodwaters were seen rushing out of Tam Luang Cave, the site of the famous 2018 cave rescue mission. Among those affected by the rising waters is Ekapol Chantawang, the coach of the Wild Boars football team, who was trapped on the roof of his home. Drawing on his experience from the 2018 cave ordeal, he remains resilient as the floodwaters surge around him. Now, in Mae Pha Luang district, a landslide destroyed a house, killing one resident and severely injuring two others. Another person remains missing. Flooding in Muang district saw the Kok River overflowing into local communities, while Mae Chan district faced similar issues with the rivers breaching their banks. A temple in Mae Sai has also been submerged, leaving 38 people trapped inside. Rescue efforts are underway as the region continues to battle the impact of the severe weather. Now, a couple of quick things. I saw that the Chiang Mai airport has now been closed, so if you have a flight there, you probably won't be going there. And there is a weather warning in effect until Tuesday of next week for 48 provinces in the country. A lot of the tourist areas, so Phang, Krabi, Phuket, Samui, areas like this also are under a weather warning. Heavy rain, possible flash flooding, so please be careful if you're out and about in Thailand over the next few days. Police investigators spent nearly 2 weeks tracking down a Tuk Tuk driver who fled with an American tourist bag containing valuables worth nearly 50,000 baht, while also failing to return the tourist change. The suspect, who used a vehicle with fake license plates, was arrested after an extensive investigation. On September 11th, officers from the Chak Krawat police station apprehended 66-year-old Bunlert Jadsanam and seized his tuk-tuk as evidence in Soi Rama 6 in Bangkok. Mr. James, the American tourist, was present to identify the suspect. Now, the incident took place on August 30th at around 8:22 p.m. Mr. James had taken a yellow and blue tuk-tuk from Phaya Thais BTS station. The agreed fare was 500 baht. Upon arrival, Mr. James handed the driver a 1,000 baht note, but the driver quickly sped off without giving him change. Worse still, Mr. James was unable to retrieve his bag from the vehicle. Now, the stolen bag contained his passport, which obviously is very important, $500 in cash, jewelry worth about 5,000 baht, a jacket, some sunglasses and other valuables worth about 12,000 baht. Police investigators reviewed CCTV footage from the route the driver took after the crime, though identifying the tuk-tuk was challenging due to its fake license plate. Now, despite this obstacle, the investigation team eventually traced the driver to Bunlert. After obtaining an arrest warrant from the South Bangkok Criminal Court, police learned that the suspect was hiding in Soi Rama 6. They staked out his location and arrested him at about 11:40 p.m., along with the tuk-tuk used in the crime. Now, during questioning, Bunlert confessed to the theft and actually admitted to having committed similar crimes in areas such as Nanam Pratunam, primarily targeting foreign tourists to fund his drug addiction. Bunlert has been charged with robbery, which carries a penalty of 2 to 7 years in prison and a fine of somewhere between 40 and 100,000 baht, as well as nighttime theft using a vehicle to facilitate the crime or avoid arrest, which could result in up to 5 years in prison or a fine of up to 100,000 baht or both. And actually, fair play to the police in this case that they were able to solve it, because it does not seem that it was very easy for them. And, we give the police a lot of stick here, but I will say that when it comes to crimes in the country, they are very, very quick at making arrests and finding the perpetrator. So fair play to them in this case. And finally, the family of a 71-year-old Norwegian man, Mr. Wiggo, filed a complaint after he was seriously injured by an automatic door at a transport company in Thailand, which initially denied responsibility. After negotiations, the company has now agreed to compensate the family. On September 11th, with the help of Expat Luang Prasert, advisor to the Ministry of the Interior, the family filed a complaint at the Prachuchun police station. The incident occurred on August 26th when an automatic door struck Mr. Wiggo, causing a hip fracture that required surgery and over 2 weeks in the ICU, with medical costs exceeding 1.3 million baht. While the company initially showed willingness to cover the expenses, they later hesitated, claiming Mr. Wiggo walked into the door. Now, frustrated by the response, the family sought help from the Sai Mai Tongrod page. Police eventually facilitated a negotiation and the company agreed to assist with medical costs and provide compensation. Investigations into the door's malfunction are ongoing and the company could face charges of negligence depending on their findings. And just a quick kind of update or more clarity on this story. The problem with the company was maybe they misunderstood what happened at the beginning. So apparently Mr. Wigo did have health insurance, but the health insurance company were not going to cover the whole 1.3 million baht. And what the family were asking for was for the company to make up the difference. So whatever, if the insurance company paid $1 million and there was 300,000 left over, well, they were asking the company to pay that difference, which I think is very, very fair. And, the idea that the company were kind of walking away from because they thought they had to, pay it all makes me wonder as a business, and this was actually in a transport company in Mochit, so it was probably a bus station or something like this. Do they not have insurance in their building? Do they not have business, liability and public liability insurance? And these are things that should be asked as well, because if they had, well, then there shouldn't be an issue in looking after the man. If an automatic door hits somebody, it's probably a malfunction with your door. And in this case, I think it's good that the company have come to their senses and everything like that. But it shouldn't have taken the family to have to go and get legal advice from a Facebook page. Now, this Mr. Expat, he has been helping a lot of people here in Thailand, a lot of foreigners who have issues. So if you do have an issue, feel you're not getting justice, maybe this is the man to contact. But nevertheless, that is it for today.